Press 7 right now, ladies and gentlemen. As if you can hear me right now. All right, you can hear me loud and clear. All right, we got the phone lines open for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Very sad, somber day. The legendary Paul Orndorff has passed away. I just saw a picture of him the other day with his son. I thought all was getting a little bit better. I thought it was improving. And then you hear something like this, very catastrophic, very sad. These are not the kind of videos I like to return back to, but I said I was coming back full time when WWE went back on the road. And tonight is, well, the time before that happens. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, let's take our time to remember the late, great Paul Orndorff, one of the greatest athletes, superb gentleman. This guy was in just great condition. You all live.
Hey, Sean, it's your pal Ken up here.
Hey, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, did you just hear about the sad news?
I did. It is very sad.
It is, and I thought it was improving, but I guess it didn't happen.
I have to admit, one of my favorite, I guess you could call it rivalry, so to speak, would be his rivalry with Hogan.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yes, and then a match in the steel cage, I remember too.
Yeah, and I believe if I'm not mistaken, he did used to team up with Hogan in the past.
He did, yes.
If I remember correctly.
And I think that's what accumulated into a feud between the two, actually. And then he stole Hogan's music. That was a big deal back in the day when he stole Hulk Hogan's music, the Real American there. And that's kind of where the feud kicked off at,
Yeah, you're right. Also, my other reason for calling is, what is your take in regards to Woods going head up with Lashley tonight?
Well, I guess this Raw was already, pre-recorded, but, the spoilers haven't come out yet. But I don't think Xavier Woods is going to have any chance in hell against the dominant Bobby Lashley. I just don't see it happening.
What's your take in regards to this four-way regarding the ladies that are going to be in the Money in the Bank match?
Well, I think it's going to go a long way in, establishing who will win the Money in the Bank briefcase this Sunday. I think we're going to get a little preview, a little prelude of what's to come at Money in the Bank. I think it's going to give other girls, the stamp of opportunity to climb the ladder of succession and, give us a good view of who could potentially win the Money in the Bank this Sunday on pay-per-view.
Do you see the winner of this particular match being the favorite heading into it?
I do. I personally, I'd like to see either Nikki Cross. Well, no, she's another name now, but I can't stand the name that they're doing. They're portraying her. Yeah, superhero in training or something like it's like ridiculous. But she's making it work, I guess. She's taking chicken shit and trying to make chicken salad out of it. But I see Alexa Bliss hopefully winning the Money in the Bank. But we'll see what happens on that one.
And what about that fatal four-way for SmackDown Friday?
Yeah, that's going to be an explosive fatal four-way if there ever was one. This probably might be one of the greatest fatal four-way matches this year in SmackDown history, I would say.
Same question that I asked earlier about the women. Same question.
Who do I see, gaining traction in that?
Yeah, Big E, Owen.
I think, again, it's going to go a long way. And, I personally hope that Kevin Owens wins it because I think it's been long overdue for Kevin Owens. But here's the thing. Whoever does win that fatal four-way men's match on SmackDown, I don't see them winning the Money in the Bank. Because just because they win the fatal four-way doesn't necessarily mean they'll win at Money in the Bank. But the WWE could, surprise us, which they don't really do that these days. But it would be nice. But we'll see. But I hope Kevin Owens wins it. But who do you want to win?
I'm gonna agree with you. I'm favoring Owens.
Yeah, Kevin Owens. Yeah, I think it's been long enough. He hasn't had the title since, 2017? I think it's time for Kevin Owens because Goldberg defeated him, or was it 17 or 16, one of the two. It's been about 4 years since he's held the title. I think it's time for him to have the championship again. But, man, I thank you for calling. Hey, bro, call in a little bit later because I got a lot of calls, but thank you very much for calling in, bro. Thank you very much.
All right, man.
All right, guys. Again, we are talking about the great memories, matches, and moments of the great Paul Orndorff. My dad was actually a huge fan of his. My dad's in his 80s, so obviously he watched Mr. Wonderful's greatest work. So he actually knows more about Paul Orndorff than I do because my father's in his 80s because, my parents had me when, they were like 45 years old. So, I've been in the game a while here, but not as long as my father or my brother or my sister. But what I have been here is, ladies and gentlemen, you want to talk about the greatest pile driver in history. And you know what? That's a move you don't see that often in WWE nowadays. You don't see the pile driver utilized because it's broken a lot of necks. It's taken a lot of careers. I mean, look what happened to Stone Cold Steve Austin due to a botched pile driver due to the late, great Owen Hart. Can you imagine if that pile driver had not happened, how much longevity we would have got out of the Texas Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin? But remember, ladies and gentlemen, yes, rest in peace to Paul Orndorff. Again, I thought he was on the up and up. I thought he was getting a little bit better. I thought he was improving. He was actually looking pretty good. He was shaved. He looked very happy. He looked like he was in a good place. I think he was drinking some alcohol, actually. And you know what? I'm glad Paul Orndorff did drink a couple of things of alcohol because the guy probably needed it, knowing that he passed. I mean, I guess, the wrestling world saw this coming, but it's a very sad, sad day. It's a very sad day, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, and then you got Terry Funk, who's suffering from some kind of dementia. I hope it's not late stages. I mean, he's still, twittering over on social media. So I guess, he's not that much dementia related, but Terry Funk has given us his body, his soul. I mean, what about a few years ago when Bret Hart came down with cancer? Remember when Bret Hart had cancer? That right there dropped me. I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Like, you got to be really kidding me on this one. But ladies and gentlemen, again, we're taking your comments, your messages, your opinions. Remember, if you want to call into the show, 774-322-1233. We are taking your live phone calls, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to read your comments. Rest in peace, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. You are one of the greatest of all time. Sup, Sean? Who do you see winning the Money in the Bank for the men and women? I got Big E and Liv Morgan. Well, I got Kevin Owens and either Liv Morgan or perhaps Alexa Bliss. That's just my take on it. Again, ladies and gentlemen, the phone lines are open. We are taking your calls here live on the Brash and the Brazen. This is not how I envisioned my return. This is not how I want to return to the viewers and the subscribers. But sometimes, things like this happen. It is what it is. Kind of just like when this man, Brody Lee, out of nowhere passed away. I'm still shocked. I'm still saddened. I'm still stunned by him, passing away. And look, right now, man, you got heaven who is full of wrestlers. The Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, Mr. Perfect, Owen Hart. I mean, it just goes on and on. Thank God we still have the likes of Ric Flair and Bret Hart and Hulk Hogan and Stone Cold and, Jake the Snake Roberts and Scott Hall. Yeah, I'm able to eat. I still got a lot of anxiety with it, but my eating issues are getting a little bit better. It's getting a little bit better. But my anxiety is definitely through the roof. But I'm just trying to do what I can do. I've gained a little bit more weight, as you can tell. I've gained weight. Last year this time I was 140 pounds. Now I'm 160 pounds. So I've gained a little bit more weight. So that's a good thing. And again, viewers, we're talking about all the memories and the moments and the matches of Paul Orndorff. We're taking your comments. We're taking your opinions. We're taking your suggestions. We're taking your live phone calls. Again, if you want to call into the show and talk about your greatest moments and memories of Paul Orndorff, remember, again, the number is 774-322-1233. Call in right now to Sean's View Entertainment, and you can talk to me live. You can answer questions. You can give me questions. You can tell me about your greatest moments and memories of Paul Orndorff. This guy's legacy, WCW, WWE. He was at the Hulk Hogan bash they had a couple of years ago when the NWO came out, and Brock Lesnar came out, and, I'll tell you what, they don't make him like Paul Orndorff. I mean, what a physique Paul Orndorff had. I mean, what a guy, what a class act. They don't make him like Paul Orndorff. They don't make the pile driver anymore like they used to either. You know what I'm saying? And again, viewers, we're going to be more interactive. We're going to be more informative. We're going to give you exactly what you want to see, what you want to hear, and what you want to know right here as we settle the score. Sean's View Entertainment gives it to you as it was meant to be. And again, viewers, if you want to call into the show, now is your chance. Now is your opportunity. 774-322-1233. We have reached the 10-minute mark on the show. And again, I don't want to just have me ramble and rant on. I want to hear your comments and your opinions on the late, great Paul Orndorff and how you remember him. And I think we got another caller coming in. You are live.
How you doing?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm all right,
The only thing I do remember Paul Orndorff for is the Mr. T thing with Hogan, because I wasn't around.
Yeah, no, yeah, that was a WrestleMania moment right there, if there ever was one. Let me tell you that much.
That's pretty much it. And then that whole Nikki Ash thing is dumb, and it means almost superhero.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Mighty Molly do it with the Hurricane, but that was, the Attitude Era. We're not in the Attitude Era now, so it's a whole different set of sequences.
Now that was funny because they actually did that perfectly. But this, they're just taking that and they're trying to do something that's obviously not going to work.
Yeah, it's actually really like I'm putting my head back and forth when I see her. I mean, and it's not Nikki. Listen, nothing against Nikki Cross. It's not her fault. She's just doing what she's told to do. And I mean,
if you're really going to do that, you might as well have called her Cross.
Yeah, really. No, it's actually pretty sad that, remember what she was when she first came into the company? She was this lunatic, and now she's this happy-go-lucky, like, oh, let's save the earth, let's save the people. Like, really? Like, come on now. Like, what have we done here?
Yeah, I know. It's all dumb. But yeah, and then yeah, it was dementia because because that's I guess that's what took him. It's a little weird.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is you got Terry Funk that's got dementia now, and then Paul Orndorff, he had his health issues, and I saw him home. They posted a picture online the other day, and he, like I said, he was.
That thing with Terry Funk is not dementia, but he does have brain issues.
Oh well, I mean, look at all the chair shots that guy has taken over his long career. I mean, I'm not. To be honest with you, I'm not shocked Terry Funk hasn't had problems before this, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm glad he didn't, but I'm just surprised with all the death matches and all the steel chairs and C4 explosives and barbed wire and God almighty, no, no doubt in my mind that Terry Funk and Mick Foley are the innovators of the death match. I don't care who you throw out there. Oh, well, this guy, Nick Cage guy, listen, he's ushering in a new era, I guess, of death matches. But when you talk about death match being brought on the map, Terry Funk and Mick Foley did that to its fullest extent. Yep.
Sabu too.
Yes. Oh yeah, Sabu, Sandman, Tommy Dreamer. Oh yeah, no, all the innovators of violence. Those were the guys that ECW was the breathing ground for all of this. And I agree with you on that one. If it weren't for ECW, there would who would know what the hell a death match is or a table match.
And I think that with the amount of ECW wrestlers that are still left, the AEW audience needs to see it.
Yeah, well, that's a whole nother video about AEW because AEW, some of it's good, some of it's bad. WWE, they got a lot of shit to work on. I mean, all companies, all across the board.
Well, yeah, but if you were to bring something like that into AEW, what the fans would do, they would freaking riot.
Yeah,
they already chanted ECW and had his stuff when he stood on the stage talking to Ricky Starks.
Yeah, I mean, and now you got Aleister Black in there now, and the only thing I can't stand about AEW is they're just taking all the WWE rejects. Anyone that gets released, they bring them right to AEW. Yeah, AEW also always talks about, we don't pay no attention to WWE, we don't do this to WWE.
Black wasn't a reject though; they just really badly booked him.
Yeah, no, he wasn't a reject per se, but what I'm saying is I just wish that AEW would focus on themselves instead of WWE all the time. I mean, why? I mean,
calling him Malachi Black now?
Yeah, like what kind of name is that? Like I cringed when I heard that. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Just give him his name for God's sake.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
no, it's. I'll tell you, when you go to, it might look good. A WWE stars going to AEW. That might look good, but then you see what they do to him.
Daniel Bryan in, they do not change his name and they give him his Indian name because if they screw that up and he goes in there and loses like 5 matches.
They might bring him to Bryan Danielson again. I mean, I guess that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but if they needed them something else.
That was his name, and that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
If they keep picking these guys and not using their established names, it's going to ruin them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to hope that we're seeing what they've done to other WWE stars. I mean, I guess, John Moxley's made out the best, or Jericho, I could say.
Yeah. Well, once again, John Moxley was his Indian name.
Yeah. Yep.
You use that, you're going to get people talking about him.
Yep. No, and he's still the IWGP champion, so that's a good thing. And I don't know, man. It's well, you know what? Now that the fans are going to start coming back, let's see if all the wrestling promotions up the ante and get better and improve their storylines, and we'll see what direction they go in. But
They don't try to stop though. They're on the tracks and they are moving big time.
yeah, no, it's going. No, it's definitely they got something going on there. There's definitely developments, no doubt about that. In my opinion.
Of course. But you're going to get Impact now with fans probably being let in the next month.
Yeah, and then you got, Ring of Honor. I mean, like I said, all the fans are coming back. We're going to see over the next 6 months, because, the year's almost over already. I can't believe it. We're going to see over the next 6 months, the developments, the progress, the transformations. We're going to see how this all goes down.
I'd say about a year, actually. Not 6 months.
Yeah, it's going to, the 6 months is going to be, it's going to take longer than 6 months, but like in the scheme of things, 6 months is going to be a good target to see where they're headed. Talking about Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, what are we going to see down the line? It's going to set the table is what it's going to do.
Oh, of course it is. Everyone's going to be talking about this.
And you would think that, with the fans coming back and, it's kind of like a rejuvenation of sorts because it's been over a year since fans have been in the arena, you would think that every promotion would want to put forth their best effort. So now maybe there will be competitiveness between AEW and WWE and ROH and Impact Wrestling. Maybe there will be. We'll see.
Oh, there was. They just weren't trying hard enough.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping now through this pandemic, I'm hoping now that they will actually push the envelope because, it was always competition. But, now they can really thrive and survive because you got the fans back now. So, that could throw a whole nother aura, into this whole, debacle.
Oh, absolutely.
But, man, I thank you for your call, man. And, call in again, my bro. Of
course.
Thank you, man. Have a good one. And again, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know, again, we're interactive. Thank you for the $2. Randy Viper, the Brash, the Brazing, the Amazing, Sean's View Entertainment. Thank you for that $2 donation. I thank you very much. Oh, we got another caller calling in. We're talking about the life, the legacy of the great Paul Orndorff, ladies and gentlemen. We got a few calls coming in, actually. Holy crap. You are live. You are live. Oh, again, wow. All right. Again, viewers, the number to call in, 774-322-1233. Yeah, Mr. Wonderful, ladies and gentlemen, we're here to discuss the moments, the memories of the late, great Paul Orndorff. If you want to show support to the channel and Sean's View Entertainment, you can donate to the show. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to throw in there. We're going to be reading your comments. We're going to be reading your opinions. We're going to be reading your messages. We're going to be reading it all here on Sean's View Entertainment. Viewers and subscribers, what are your thoughts on Jimmy Uso's arrest being, not acknowledged on SmackDown? Are you for it? Are you against it? Should the WWE have capitalized on Jimmy Uso's arrest? Instead, they didn't even bring it up. They kept it mute. They kept it on the down low. They didn't even talk about the arrest. They acted like it never happened. Just put it under the rug. Oh, we're going to have Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso. The family's back together, stronger than ever, better than ever, never looked greater, never looked more wonderful. Why didn't they announce the arrest? They don't want to bring light to it. Does the WWE think we don't know about the arrest, about him being caught for drinking and driving? Listen, I'm a fan of the Usos. I'm a huge fan of the Usos, especially in the last couple of years. But you know what I'm saying? You got to pay for your actions. You got to pay for your actions. And you also got to wonder, ladies and gentlemen, where the hell is Randy Orton? What is Randy Orton doing? What is the status of Randy Orton? I'll have a monumental update on that later on today. Remember to subscribe, smash that bell, and turn on all notifications. Sean's View Entertainment will always tell you the way it is. Remember, if you want to call into the show right now, call in right now, ladies and gentlemen, 774-322-1233. We are taking your live phone calls right now. And we're going to read some of your comments also right now, ladies and gentlemen. So hold on one second here. Let's see. We have... Hey, Sean, I just watched a video of Mr. Wonderful versus Cactus Jack. Yes, that was a legendary match. Let's see. We got Alyssa Stansberry. Why Seth Rollins win SmackDown? Don't like Seth Rollins. God, Roman Reigns so much better. Think, book. He's lackluster. Don't like him anymore. Seth Rollins, stale, not good babyface and heel. Well, thank you there, Alyssa. What's up there, Faris? What's up there, Faris Jones? And again, viewers and subscribers, we're taking your comments, your feedback. We're taking it all here on Sean's View. I took a lengthy absence from Sean's View Entertainment, but I am back and better and badder and stronger than ever. More vibes, more intensity, more intangibles. We are here, ladies and gentlemen. Again, we are once again discussing the late, great Paul Orndorff, ladies and gentlemen. And again, we are taking your live super chat donations. We are taking your proclamations. We are taking your citations. We are taking your calls. 774-322-1233 is the live call-in number to speak directly to the brash, the brazen. Will never be mistaken. I keep it prolific, consistent, and dedicated for the viewers and the subscribers since day one. That's what we do here on the show. We level it up. We go all out, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I stand for. That's what I'm all about. All the websites breaking the news. The late, great Paul Orndorff. You got to wonder, will the WWE acknowledge this tonight? Will the WWE pay respect to the late, great Paul Orndorff tonight on Monday Night Raw? We already know that Raw is pre-taped. It's been preempt. Will the WWE be able... Oh, we got another caller coming in. You're live.
Will the WWE be able... Oh, we got another caller coming in.
You're live.
Hey, man, I've been with Paul for a long time.
You're live.
Thank you very much, man. What do you think about Monday Night Raw tonight? What match you looking forward to tonight, bro?
I know it's gonna be sad, right? They're gonna do tribute tonight since he's arrested. You don't like Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
It's with Controversies. You need to do something. Stephanie need to do something too, something like that.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, no, I mean, hey, bro, who right now, currently in the WWE, bro? I want to know who's your favorite wrestler?
Batista.
You like Batista, man? Yeah, you're a big Batista fan. You know, I don't know Batista, man. It seems like he's done with the WWE after he had that match with Triple H a couple of years ago. It doesn't. I think he's gone to movies like The Rock.
Yeah, I know. You be like doing time.
Yeah, I think Batista's. You know, he'll be going into the Hall of Fame. Well, he is in the Hall of Fame, but he didn't get to do a speech last year. But you know, at least Batista will be in the Hall of Fame, bro. And man, I thank you for calling in, man. I know you've been calling in before, bro. Calling again, man. I thank you very much, bro. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Whoa. We got Joe Cronin on the show, invading the show. He says he's going to call in to Fall River, Massachusetts, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to call Viva for River on the show. We got the biggest YouTuber in this room right now, Mr. Joe Cronin. And he's giving me some kisses, perhaps some hugs, maybe a kick in the ass, maybe a shove to the face, maybe an exposing, maybe a de-exposing. I don't know. I mean, we could go either way with this thing. I mean, it's been a while. You know, I'm a little rough on the edges. I haven't done this in some months. You know, there's been a lot of crap going down. I got finger infections. I got the whole 9 yards. I got cock infections. I got decomposing infections. I got the whole 9. But we are here, and we are here to walk the damn line. You see, there's a lot of people, and we might have a call coming in right about now. You're live.
Yo,
What's going on, bro?
what is your thoughts on the whole?
And, you know, here, oh, well, you know, the thing about it is, you know, I mean, you know, all the wrestling websites are talking about it. So I guess all the wrestling websites are capitalizing on death of wrestlers. You know, like I'm the only one that does that in the community. You know what I'm saying? And it's not capitalized on. I'm just talking about the news. Because here on Sean's View Entertainment, what I do is I talk about the rumors, the news, the headlines, the gossip, the hearsay, the skepticism, whatever it may be. We are here. We are alive. And this is the place to be, ladies and gentlemen. Again, with me being gone, you know, I have a long way to go. I lost a lot of subscribers. I lost a lot of views. I lost my damn, I even lost my damn contract. So, you know, I'm doing this for free. You see, the only time I get paid on this website these days is through Super Chat. So if you want to viewers and subscribers donate to Sean View Entertainment, you can do so right now. We are going to read some of your comments. I am surprised that the WWE did nothing when Jimmy Uso got arrested. Again, for this time, a DUI. Something needs to be done. because Jimmy Uso looks bad for the WWE. And I'm really shocked that the WWE didn't make some sort of storyline. It's almost like the WWE tried to hint at this on SmackDown. They tried to hint at this, but they never brought it up. They never brought it to light. Like I said, it's as if it never happened. Just like the Mr. McMahon death storyline. It never happened. They never capitalized on it because Chris Benoit ended up killing himself and his family. That would have been a great storyline. I always go back to that day, that year, not when Chris Benoit killed himself, but what a great storyline that would have been, the Vince McMahon death storyline where the limousine blew up. I always go back to that moment. I always go back to that time of what could have become of that storyline. That probably would have been one of the best storylines of the past 10, 20 years, maybe 15 years, something quite like that. I always wondered what other avenues that storyline would have taken. Where would have it gone? What would have been the developments? What would have been the progress? Who would have been responsible for the death of Vince McMahon? Who would have been responsible for the death of Mr. McMahon? I always wondered, again, where that storyline would have gone. But, again, viewers, we're going to be here multiple times a day, every single day. We are now paying tribute to the late, great Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest of all time, a WWE Hall of Famer, a multi-time champion, WCW, WWE. I mean, this man transcends businesses and companies across the board. Long live Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Subscribe.